The truth about real estate support and what a real estate agent actually need.
Now, when we were new agents, and we were not that long ago new agents, when you walk into a place and they say, oh, 0% commission, reach out if you need anything, that's not necessarily support, and that's not going to help you grow your own business. So we've grown our own businesses. I've grown my own business in the past. So understanding firsthand what's happening with new agents, what's happening with experienced agents, and why this industry really has such a high 87 to 90% of agents quitting in their first 5 years. These are statistical nightmares for many people. And why? It's because that support system isn't real. It isn't true. And so when we look at what support is, and that's what we're really talking about today, and why we need it in order to grow our businesses, and why we need to be proactive about this whole thing.
Exactly. Therefore, me and my wife, Victoria, we are here not help you to survive in the real estate housing market, wherever you are in the United States or around the globe, but also to thrive in this business and to go always to your next level.
Tell me, when we first became agents, and we did our homework, when you went to all these brokerages, right? You went to all of them, right? And to do our due diligence. Most of the ones around here.
I went to Keller Williams. I went to the different United.
Right. So tell me, what are the things that they were offering you in these places?
Well, they were all traditional brokerage, and me and my wife, when we are starting, it's they wanted the broker offer and take a hand-off approach and providing agent with the desk, phone, and the commission split, then leaving them to fend for themselves.
No? Well, right, or they get a Zillow lead and they hand it off to somebody to go show the house, and they're still going to get 50% of that.
In return, they wanted the 50% of what you are putting in the effort.
But to me, this is lacking. You're not going to grow experience this way. You're not growing knowledge this way. You're not going to be able to build a business from scratch. We were both a little tempted by different brokerages that we were initially drawn to. He liked the 0% commission splits of one, and I was like, no, I like the training of a different one. But ultimately, we ended up where we chose because, again, we had that balance that we were looking for.
Therefore, this model built up what?
Well, I don't want to talk about EXP yet, but obviously we're going to. But basically, the Consumer Federal Association of America found that half of real estate agents have sold 0 homes in the past year. This is a clear indication that build a team and have more agents under you to show houses is really not giving people support, and it's not giving people a way to grow a business, and it's not teaching anybody to grow a business. And the study has shown real estate agencies are hiring almost anybody they can in order to have these new agents there. And this is a recipe for disaster if you're not teaching people and you're just putting bodies out there to show a house.
Exactly. Therefore, the problem with the most of brokerage and trainers are not incentivized to be proactive, meaning that they are paid based on the number of the agent that they have, and also not the success of those agents. That's why we are here, to build this system with you.
Well, systems is one of the 4 things we're going to talk about. He just jumped right ahead. There are 4 types of support people need. My husband just immediately jumped into systems because you do need a system, because you're a business owner. You're not just a salesperson. You're not just showing a house to one person. You need a system in place to run it effectively. And how do you create that system for lead generation to where you're not just getting a lead from somebody to follow that lead? What are you doing for marketing? What are you doing for transaction management? What are you doing for client follow-up? Because if you have systems in place, then you do not have to reinvent the wheel every time you close on a house. So you're not burning out and you don't have a failure rate because you have a system in place. And this means don't just give you a CRM. Know how your CRM works. Know how social media will generate leads for you. Understand the transaction softwares. The second thing, what else do you need?
Exactly. And in 2022, really Offness, that is part of the Realtor.com, tap into the top agent in the market and around the US are those that they are embracing the new technology and the system and building a system that they work efficiently. This is also another proof at what we are sharing here. The second thing that we wanted to mention is the mentorship. Is another critical component of the real estate agent success, because new agents in particular need guidance, support from experienced agent who help them to navigate in the real estate area, because some transactions are really complex in the real estate industry, and you need really a mentor to handhold you.
Right, so let me explain that thing, because at EXP you have two different systems. You have your mentorship and your sponsorship, and these are not the same, at least as far as we've experienced as new agents. So when we came in as new agents, you have your systems in place that they teach you, of course, but you also have a mentor for the first 3 transactions, or however long it takes you to graduate from your probationary period, and then you have your 3 that way. But then that mentor goes away, and then you have nothing if you did not pick the right support team. Now for us, we chose up. We went to Mike Sherrod because I was picking for a support team that was going to teach me lead generation and how I can use social media in order to grow. So we would have a YouTube channel, and we would do everything else that we need to do in order to grow our business. And in the National Association of Realtors in 2025 studies found that mentorships do help make a difference in any brokerage. And you gain clients, you gain confidence, and they have all new systems in place now. If we had been joining now, the systems would even be better to teach me. And I just want to, it's one of the things I love about it.
I wanted to add to the second part, which is the mentorship is a very temporary, but the sponsorship is the big picture. Meaning that you join a the mastermind, the group that we honor to be part of the Wolfpack.
And which brings us into the next part, which is accountability.
Exactly. Therefore, that helps us with everything, means from the mental health and how mentally you need to be prepared for real estate. Exposing yourself to new technology means to be up to date, what kind of tools and what you need to use to, and also helping with your real estate. What is the new area of the prospecting you can take on with the new era of the technology to make sure that you are constantly lead generating?
That's not necessarily accountability though. Accountability, real estate can be lonely. Yes, my husband and I work together, so we have it slightly different because we're a domestic team. But a lot of agents get discouraged. They follow the yellow brick road, and then they fall off the yellow brick road because they lose motivation, or they just follow down a rabbit hole. So you need someone to hold you accountable, and that is again where sponsorship pulls into play. It can be a mentor, a coach somewhere else, but the best thing to do is have someone who is going to keep you on track and just kind of be able to say this is the systems in place. And that was one of the best things I got there. And what else do we have last thing?
The next thing was the community. As I told you, and that's when I was talking with the Agent Wolfpack or Mastermind, that is the community. Because another essential component for the real estate agent, they see themselves part of this community. The community that helps you with your mindset and helps you, supports you, encourage you, and you feel a sense of belonging. It's like your family, but the family that helps you even in a tough time in the real estate market, because it's changing every so often, and you want it to be ready mentally and equipped with the right tools and mindset to be successful.
And why did we build Prosperity Agent, to be entirely honest? Because we understood one of those things to be really successful as a business owner is to look at the finances and look at the prosperity that you're bringing to the table. It's not just, hey, you get a $10,000 check, right? And you get this money and you've never seen $10,000 and you don't know what to do with it, and you live off that $10,000 until you have nothing left. And we don't want to be a part of that thrive and die, up and down roller coaster. What you want to do instead is build a system, and including that is part of your financial systems. And that is something I just wanted to add. That was one of the reasons we added this Prosperity Agent, to really have a little bit more mindset and forethought into building our businesses and building our businesses correctly, where we're just controlling and understanding how the money support is there as well. Exactly. Now, with support with us, you get mentorship, you get training, we have our upline there. There is a sense of community at the beginning as well, which I really do love. And yes, we're going to talk all about EXP because we use our CRM and we use our the SkySlope system that we have is amazing. But honestly, you can run your business however you want to, but you will scale when you embrace the ability to change everything, and then you will scale it to grow to systems. So it's not just you hustle, it's you have systems in order to build. you want to add anything?
Therefore, now you wanted to know that how this changed everything when you are ready to scale. When you have the right support, as my wife said, sense of community, how you get the mentorship, how you get support from your team member, and this has changed everything for you because you are not longer just a real estate agent, but you're going with the mindset of the CEO, your business owner. You have the system and you have mentorship, you have the accountability because you're accountable what you wanted to achieve, and the community that helps you to build a sustainable, scalable business, and you're not just only surviving, but we are here to thrive.
So, I mean, we have a lot of systems in place already. We are looking for like 10 agents at the beginning to really just kind of help the most. But we do have a bunch of free trainings as well. So click one of the links in our description below because we can't wait to help you if that is what you want.
And see you next time. And don't forget to write us comment. We'd love to see your success journey in real estate.